Hi Crafty friend, it's me, Justine. Oh, is that echoey? It's release day, and if I sound a little echoey, sorry, but I'm officially in my new craft room, and there's not a lot of things here, so it's a little echoey, so maybe it doesn't sound like that at all. I don't know. We'll see if I can edit it in my video thing, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm at my standing desk, so it probably looks a little different than before. I'm not sure if this is how I'm going to be filming or not, but we'll see how it goes today. But today I'm going to show you some things with the Spellbinders Timeless collection. So that came out today, May 10th. I'll pop some things on the screen as I talk about them, but there are 5 things from the Timeless collection as well as some butterfly stickers. So we'll get to those in just a second. But the first thing we'll talk about is the It's Always You Timeless Sentiments, and those have 8 press plates. And then there's the Timeless Duo, which has 2 cutting dies which can be layered together or you can use them separately. And then there's the New Beginnings Timeless Sentiments, and those ones are a little bit bigger. They have the scripty words and the bold capital letters. I like the really big one. I use that in a few cards I'll show you at the end here. And then there's this big, which is kind of fun. It's a 5x7 card front is what they're calling it. So that's the A6, I think that's what it's called. The A6 card front, and it is super pretty. I use that on this card that I'm going to show today, and then one on the side that I'm going to show later. And then there's one more product. There's called the Timeless Hearts Border, which is a really beautiful scripty hearts border that I loved using with some gold mirror cardstock. So that'll come at the end. And if you remember, I showed you a peacock. I'll pop that on the screen as well. I finally finished that card off and added the peacock to something fun. You might notice I have flamingo nails because I'm getting ready. Oh boy, I need some lotion. But I'm getting ready for the Weekender, which is next weekend. I'm so excited. So yeah, I got flamingo nails because my card has flamingos on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just start by gluing sometimes my glue bottle gets clogged. So we'll just give it a little poke. Like I said, I've been moving, so we're a little disjointed here. And I'm using my reverse tweezers that I don't usually use very often because I really don't know where mine could be right now. Somewhere in the chaos of the move. Good thing is it didn't move buildings, just different floors of the house. So I'll go ahead and pop some glue on this and then put some on the other side. I have a whole bunch of different cards to show you. Today I played around with a lot of my Better Press stash and die cutting stash and pulled out some fun products that either I haven't even used yet or products that I love and I wanted to use again. So some people call that shop in your stash, and that was pretty fun. So I'm excited to show you all the fun cards I made. A lot of them are different than my typical style because this timeless style is definitely more of an elegant look, and it was pretty fun to try things out. And I got kind of funky with my watercolors again, which I love doing that. And then I'm also adding a whole bunch of these flowers. You might see them there and go, where in the world are those from? Did you make them? No, I did not make these ones. I probably could if I had the right die though. Susan Tierney Coburn has a lot of really fun flower dies. These actually were from my stash. Like I said before, I was shopping my stash and I bought these at Hobby Lobby probably 2 years ago. And when I was looking at the Timeless collection here, I thought that it looked so elegant and I wanted to use flowers with it. So instead of making my own, I used my stash up. So, and Hobby Lobby is a little bit unique with their point of sale system. If you know anything about them, they don't have barcodes. So I can't even really tell you the product name of this. I can show you the packaging. Prima flowers. They were $5.99, and there's 48 of these little flowers. And then these, again, Prima flowers, there's 16 of these, and I use that on this pink card over here. So I don't even know if they're even available anymore. Like I've said in previous videos, Hobby Lobby has been a little bit different with the products that they carry in their paper crafting area. It's gotten a little skimpy if you ask me, but what do I know? They might not even sell these anymore. I could not tell you because I have not been there in a long time, probably since the fall, just because I have a lot of stuff in my craft room right now, and I've been on a using streak and not a buying streak. So that's that. And then, okay, let's get back to release day. So it's the 10th. Now, normally everything comes out on the 10th for Spellbinders, but Spellbinders is only releasing a few things on the 10th and then some more things later in the month. So, in addition to this collection, they have the Timeless Butterflies. And you will see a video that I will pop on my channel probably tomorrow about kind of like my thoughts and opinions on the butterflies. I'll show them at the end of this video if you want to take a look. But I think that they are just wonderful. They're super easy to add onto projects. And I thought about adding them on to this project, but I have a lot of gold going on here. And I thought to myself, I don't know if the gold will look good with the silver holographic. I think to me, it just doesn't quite work. But that's okay, because there's plenty of butterflies and there's plenty of cards that I can put them on in the future. But I just got them and I'm super excited. Then the last collection that's being released here on the 10th is the House Mouse Summer Fun, which if you know me, you know I love House Mouse. They have been just coming out with cute collections all the time for each season. I just finished working with the spring ones, and I would like to use them again. I love the one from the spring collection that has like the Mama Mouse. I think it's actually just Monica Mouse, kind of showering the other one, Mimsy or Whimsy, with flowers. I think that was adorable, and I loved making some Mother's Day cards with that stamp. But the summer ones are super cute. My favorite has to be a tie between the one with the mice and the hose. So I will pop these on the screen as I'm talking about them, but there's the mice and the hose, and then the one with the mouse sitting in a cup of ice in front of a fan. And yeah, even though Minnesota is cold in the winter, it is humid in the summer, so I kind of relate to that little mouser sitting in the cup of ice water. Oh, by the way, you might notice I blinged up my Spellbinder shears here. I just used some liquid glue and some dots. Okay, now Better Press Sentiment. Look at that. Let's get a really close look. So I do love this Better Press Sentiment set that has these little sentiments, and the die from this cuts these out so sweetly, but you could just put this on a project with some other goodies, which is what I did on some of these cards here that I have been teasing and teasing away. So I'm going to pop that up with foam at the end. I think we'll see how this looks. There's going to be quite a lot of dimension because I am using these realistic looking flowers, so that's going to be fine. Ooh, maybe I should use some of these big pinky beige ones. Not really beige, but they're like light pink and white. I think so. I think it's good to switch up the sizes so that it doesn't look completely the same. And I like that there's a rose option for these flowers. But the flowers themselves were the inspiration for my color choices for my paper. I think I've fussed around with the placement of my flowers enough where my eye is satisfied of the placement. So I will just pop my sentiment up with some foam squares. These are the large ones from Spellbinders. But right now I don't know where my small ones are. So I'm just gonna cut down one more chunk to put on this corner here and just make sure everything is supported. This is definitely one of those over-the-top cards. So I'm thinking that this would be a really nice anniversary card because of the sentiment, "It was always you." But my next one that I'm going to show you has a birthday sentiment. So I think that looks very elegant and super girly and just really fun. Okay, now for these flowers, I was kind of thinking to myself, is liquid glue the best choice for putting these on? And honestly, I'm not sure. I'm thinking that maybe a glue dot would be better. I'm not a fan of glue dots personally because I don't like fussing with a sticky little circle, but I think in this situation they would have been the move, you know, but whatever. We're just gonna go with it and let it dry completely before I tip it, and it should be just fine. And you know, worst comes to worst, one falls off, I have more glue to glue it back together. And it is using quite a lot of liquid glue too, which is not ideal because liquid glue is precious. But I guess that's why they make refills. Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna finish gluing these on and then I will show you the rest of the ones that I've made. Sometimes I feel like this channel should have been called the Chaotic Crafter or Overthinker Crafter because that's what I think I am doing quite a bit here. But okay, let's move on. I think I'm happy with the placement of that so far. Let me know what you think in the comments. I thought about adding bling, but I think I'm going to skip the bling on this one because it already has a lot of flowers. Okay, I'm going to slide it up so you can see kind of a close look. And then I'll show you the rest of them. That is a lot of dimension. So very fun. And then here's my pink version. Whoops. You can see I have a pink butter press sentiment on there. I have a pink outline. I have flowers and a little bling. It's just really girly, girly, girly. Okay, and then let's show you the rest of them. So this one was a butter press plate in the background. That is one of the bigger butter press plates, and I cut it down and I did kind of like what I call a sloppy watercolor because I was just playing around with my watercolors and I ended up not liking it at all. And instead of getting rid of it, I decided to have it kind of be pieced out. So I took the center of that and used it on this card and then made two different cards. I think that I love the way that I was able to save the paper, if you will, and save the press and the time I spent on it, but it was kind of a challenge, but it was a happy challenge. And then there's the two sympathy sentiments there that I think are appropriate for red and black, just more of like a darker look. But these are very elegant and I like that part of the designs here. I think I can squeeze these all in. Looks like I have a little more camera room here. And then here is an ombre look with one of the butter press plates on the background. And then I used that same oval and then the butter press sentiment. That one I did with mulberry. And then I added some fun different little gems on there. So kind of give it a little different look. And I did the same with this one. I used a butter press plate on the background and then used my oval die here from this Timeless collection and then popped that out, and then I used the oval on a shaker card, and I'm going to show you that at the very end, so stick with me. Anyway, I have a butter press flower as well, the butter press sentiment. I have this die that has the beautiful hearts on it. There you go, you can see the hearts, but this one was a really fun, kind of different card. Hopefully you can kind of see what I mean by like, this is different style than what I'm kind of used to doing. But here I go back again with the pink and teal, which you know I love pink and teal. I did a fun watercolor and then a splatter on this one. And I think I'm going to use this as a graduation card because the sentiment, the best is yet to come, I think is kind of fun and playful. This one I really enjoyed watercoloring. I used the watercolor Altenew watercolor set and just a regular paintbrush and just enjoyed quiet time listening to the birds at my house and then did a splatter on top of it. To kind of focus the splatter away from the sentiment area, I did cover up the sentiment with one hand and then splattered with the other. So hopefully you can kind of not notice like too big of a gap there, but it is definitely whiter on that area. But I really love the watercolor on there, and I think that is kind of like my roots, if you will. And then I was trying to stretch myself, so I did a clean and simple card, which seems to be really popular. So here I am doing a clean and simple card. I like this one because I was able to add the yellow to the center of the flower there. This is a registration flower die. No, this is not, is it? Oh, that's what I did. Okay, so yeah, I played with my ink on this one. This came from the Press Posies. It's the same flower as this. And I just inked up to the flower with the leaf color. And then I think it is, ooh, I don't remember, the garnet, I think, on the flower area. And then I went in with a little bit of the yellow on the center there, and it did do a nice blend for me. So I'm pretty pleased about that. But one press and I was able to press the flower, and then my second press I did my sentiment there. And it is a very clean and simple card, and I think it kind of packs a punch. All right, back to these better press flowers. I did the same method on this one with the flower, kind of strategically placing my ink, and then I have a vellum oval with a little bit of some ombre looking ink on the end, on the edges there. I kind of did the same with this one, but this one does have a little more yellow to it than this one. All right, and these two are kind of like twin cards. I really liked using this press plate. You can see I used it on 4 different cards today. But this one, I wanted to showcase the big, beautiful sentiment on this new Better Press collection that just came out. So look at how pretty that is. I have the ombre with the greens and then the purple, like the purple to like a pinky color, and loved making these. And it was a little challenging to make sure everything was straight, but it ended up working out very well. Now my last card, this is probably my favorite besides the flower ones that are the over the top A2 or A6 style cards. But here is my flamingo, and I told you it's a shaker, and it is. I added a whole bunch of fun shaker bits to this card, specifically the ones right here that are called Boyfriend Blue, and I love them. They're from Pajama Crafter Stamps. I also added them to the tail of the peacock. I will add the link to those rhinestones in the description of this video. Anyway, here is another, this is my cutout from this card, so you can kind of see it there. I went in with black on the edges of this press plate, and then it did, I think, coastal on the inside, so it kind of has another ombre look to it as well. And then I used these really fancy ribbons that I didn't go all the way around the card, just on the card front, but these Vivant ribbons are just so stunning from Spellbinders. I still have not glimmered on them yet, but apparently you can do that, and I want to, I just haven't yet. So one day I shall do that. But this peacock is so cute. If you want to watch me make it, I do have a short on YouTube, so you can see it there. If I can figure out my video equipment, I might have it going on the side here or something, but it is super fun, and I will be making a whole bunch of these someday, probably on vacation if I had to guess. Anyway, if you could pick a favorite, that would be really fun to know in the comments. I think my favorite today would probably be a tie between these two, the one I made on camera and the peacock, because the peacock is just so fun. But I do love that I can take these little sentiments from this collection and pop onto so many different projects and use them with die cuts, or I can put them right onto my projects and play with my watercolors and play with my inks and just really enjoy the process of card making. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will try to link everything I possibly can. If you use any of those links, it does help my channel and help my journey here on YouTube. So if you could, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to more videos in the future. We can be crafty friends, and hopefully that now I am in my craft room, I will be doing maybe some more lives on my channel. That would be kind of fun. Right now I have summer ahead of me, so I'm going to settle into my craft room and have the Weekender event next week, and then the week after that, on that last Friday, I think it's the 24th, I'll put up an infographic on the screen, but Melanie Smith and I are doing our Better Press Babes night out. So if you're interested in live crafting with Melanie and I, make sure that you join me and Melanie, or Melanie and I guess. No, join I. So join me. Join Melanie and me. That is the proper way to say it in this situation, on my channel. And we're going to play with some more Better Press items. I'm going to pull in from this collection, and I'm also going to use some of the things that are coming out later this month. So like I said at the beginning, there's a collection coming out on the 10th here, which is this one, and then House Mouse, and then the butterflies. But then also on the 23rd, I believe, there's some more fun Better Press stuff coming out, as well as some fun paper from Bayfair. And let's see, ooh, there's some other things that are gonna come on my channel. I can't quite talk about all these things. There's lots of things coming up, but just know that they'll be coming, and it's kind of like how the Scout was. I knew about it, I can't say it, but that was really exciting. Let me know if you're gonna get a lavender Scout, a white Scout. I am super excited because my craft room is kind of like a very, very light lavender, and I think the lavender Scout is going to be so perfect in my new craft room. So I'm super excited for the Scout. I mean, the color is great, but the functionality of it is just what I need, because what I have right now, I can't use quite like I can with the Scout. So I have the Sidekick, which has a, I think, 2.5-inch opening, and the Scout is a little bit bigger, but it's not as big as the Platinum. So that gives me a chance to use a couple other bigger dies. I mean, I know I've had some comments on that video about people being disappointed it can't work with 8.2 dies, but it would be perfect for cutting out little things like this, or for even cutting out all the pieces for this peacock and doing like this flower. That would work. So I really think that the Scout is super fun, and there's more good things coming to the Spellbinders world. So stay tuned, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Happy crafting. Bye bye.